So I've taken this bridge pin or strap button out right here. And why would I do this? This is a glued in pin. And it sticks pretty good if you just push it in and twist it, but if you wanted to just reuse this later, can't really do that. The reason is I've got a pickup here and I gotta drill this bigger. I decided that I did not want to be super invasive, so I could have went with a sound hole pickup of some sort. But you know, I've installed one or two of these guys before, like a piezo under saddle pickup, and I decided to not do a like preamp EQ volume control. I may add that later. And I kind of thought about doing a passive tone and volume control, and you should be able to put it in between these guys here, maybe. Same general connections and all. So what just made me decide to do like this under saddle versus like a sound hole pickup. These guys here, like $8 or $10, you can get them. We could change it, you know, go back to the original configuration. You know, I mean, technically you could go back to this pin if you just put a like a dowel there. You know, put it back in, glue it in, drill the dowel out, push this in the dowel. You know. And there would probably be a little bit of discoloration here. It would not be a big deal. I guess if you knew what you were doing, you could recolor it. So these guys obviously lift the bridge up. So we'll have to sand the bridge down. That's probably just a plastic bridge. I have a replacement bone bridge coming in case this doesn't work or whatever. Or well, then I can sand down and just go back to natural, no electrification, or maybe like a sound hole pickup. So this guy was a pain to get out. It probably was glued slightly. I don't really see much glue residue, but it was very tight. It goes like that, and it goes really deep in there on that side, or shallow. I can say there's a difference between the 6th string and the 1st string there, and we still got to shave it down a lot. But let's go ahead and see if we can get a hole in there for the pickup. A piece of a string right there in that one. We need to try to get it out. I'm filling it in the sound hole and I'm seeing it there. That could probably cause a problem in the future. I shaved off some of the inner saddle here. It's probably not perfect. What I put together, actually, just to test the pickup. I haven't done it yet. I'll do that probably before I move to the next video. Maybe not be on this video here right now, but yeah, it's in the middle of the night. My voice is kind of low. It definitely raised some of the action here because I haven't shaved the actual saddle here. So I need to shave it down quite a bit. And I might try to adjust the truss rod one more time, just tighten it a little bit, see if that'll mess with the action, make it a little bit better. Still got a little bit more work to do. So we got the piezo under saddle pickup installed, replaced the little clip here for the strap clip. And that's where you actually plug the guitar plug in. Some of the pickup systems will have where you'll do like the bottom like round area on the body. You'll find a place where it fits the best, and then you'll mask and tape it off, mark the area, maybe drill 3 or just say 4 to 6 holes around it, and then kind of just cut, you know, a booger with this really small sound hole. And my hands are big. I could go about maybe to here with my arm and hand and everything. So I'm surprised I could get my hand in that little hole at all, but I definitely couldn't get back here. You know, some of the professionals, they'll use a dowel rod, like super glued or something, to a like a 1/4-inch phono jack. But I just used a guitar string, went to the strap button end hole, dangled it down there, pulled the string out, and there's a hole on this thing here where I could just loop around it and pull it. Anyway, I could tell the bridge wasn't really made to have a pickup in here, so I think I said I already shaved it a little bit. I think I need to do a little bit of fine sanding in there, and then I need to actually trim the saddle there, you know, sand it down, because that's way higher than it was. I did do some extra truss rod adjustments, hoping that would help, so I wouldn't have to sand it a lot. The way this saddle is shaped is you take the width off as you're sanding it down. So, like I said, it probably wasn't meant for this purpose. You know, not even as an aftermarket upgrade. Go ahead and narrow this nut here off, you know, a little bit. But I think I'm getting a brand new bone nut coming in for it soon, or hopefully soon. And I'll try to work on it, maybe get a slightly better tone with it. They say the nut is kind of like the lowest point that affects the tone versus like the saddle, but hey, string, saddle, nut, everything should you know, help out. You know, a lot of times you do not want to do a bone saddle because the density is variable in bone, and it's hard to get an even transfer of pressure, I guess, sound pressure on a piezo pickup. Also briefly mention, I've heard some sound comparisons on the bridge pins as well that would make, you know, a little bit difference in the audio. Plastic like this is the worst, and you got bone and you got ebony and all kinds of stuff, brass. So we're gonna upgrade these to ebony. Check out the action on this. This is at the end of the neck, which is, you know, probably about average, or maybe a little lower than normal, or I don't know. But the first 2/3 is like electric guitar action here. And we haven't even put the new nut on. We haven't sanded any nuts, you know, to see how far we can take it down without getting the buzzing and all. And at the saddle here, we're not near as low as it started. That's why we kind of adjusted the truss rod a little bit tighter to give us some lower action. If we have to, we can sand that down some more. I would give you a demo, but I've broken 2 strings in the process of working on this guitar, and I got a new set coming hopefully soon. But hopefully I can demo it when I get the ebony bridge pins, you know, to change the tone maybe. The bone nut, as I said, this thing plays wonderfully. It's got good action, and hopefully we're not done. Hopefully it's going to get a little bit better. You can get like some replacement tuning heads and all, like retro ones for $40 or $50, but this is a budget guitar. If you put $1,000 neck reset, new tuners, you know, some body work to get all the scratches and all, you know, redone, filled in, painted, or varnished, you're still only going to have maybe a maximum of a $200 guitar from the Taiwanese FG-75. As the condition is in, you know, I don't know, maybe 100 once we get done. But just because a lot of people say that these truss rods and stuff on these are stuck, you have to kind of back it off, lubricate it, you know, like get something to loosen it up, lubricate the nut, and then hopefully it comes loose and doesn't break or something on you. Luckily, it was a pain in the butt, but we got it loose, and you can see the action. Instead of sending the whole set of strings back to Amazon as defective, let's just see how this Diodario warranty works. Let's We've got attached files and the receipt. And I've kind of said, you know, we're working on our YouTube video. This would be a perfect opportunity to see if they warranty their strings, and if they would make us like pay shipping or something for a single string we just paid for, versus taking the $10 pack off of the guitar and sending them back for a refund without shipping costs. So I got a message back from the string company about, you know, getting a replacement string, and I was right. They do not sell or have individual strings on their silk and steel set, their EJ40s. So they're gonna send me a new bag. They asked for the player's circle code from the bag. I just took a picture of the player's circle code. Thanks, George Santos, for getting me taken care of. Seems like this company, Diodario, is that how you pronounce it? I know they've made strings that are really popular for a long time. This company seems like they're on top of their product and everything. Right, I just got another message from George Santos saying expect 2 sets soon. Wow, this sounds like amazing customer service and warranty. Truss rod adjustment nut there. Loosen it up just a tad, and we put some lubricant in there. I'm supposed to let it set for a while after you do that, and then see if we can tighten it up. Well, I've adjusted the truss rod. I mean, it may be able to be adjusted a little bit more. I don't know. Got the action down I think, way more than it was. But I broke the freaking G-string here. It popped. Right, it looks like they sent 2 packs of strings from Diodario. Veronica Gorin, thanks. Here they are, 2 sets of EJ40 silk and steel light gauge acoustic strings. And there's an invoice, $0 and 0 cents. Basically, as I was setting up the guitar, I'd only tuned one of the strings like 2 or 3 times, and it popped on the 3rd tuning. So it seemed like it should have lasted a little bit longer. I popped the 2nd string after doing it like 10 times, which is, I would say, my fault. But you cannot buy individual strings from the set. You have to buy a whole set, or I would have just spent the $2 or $3 or whatever and just bought a string. But you have to spend like 11 or 12 bucks to get a set. Say that's pretty amazing customer service, and you know they're backing their product 100%. 2 sets.